Hey everybody, welcome to MandoLessons Live. Good to have you all here. See people filtering in, joining the chat. My name's Baron Collins Hill. I run this YouTube channel and MandoLessons.com. And if you haven't been here before, I see a bunch of folks already in the chat. But if you haven't been here before, this is a great time to ask any questions you might have about playing the mandolin or music in general. I'll do my best to answer them. Happy to take requests as long as they're public domain and not copyrighted. So a lot of pop songs, all pop songs really, are off the list. But happy to jump into whatever you guys are interested in. I love hearing what everyone's been working on. I'll see who we got in the chat here. I've got to jump the chat out. It's a little too small for me to read. I can only do a half an hour today, so I'm going to cut this one off at 12:30. Apologies for that, but not enough hours in the day. All right, let's see. We've got Robert, Sheldon, Lewis, Rick, Robert, no, I can't read that. I don't know how to say that one. Apologies. Cloudboy, Alf, Denise, recovering bassist, and Brenda. Great to see you all. We got Montana and Indiana, Michigan, Cape Town, New Zealand. Awesome. Michigan might be a first for New Zealand, at least that I can remember. All right, recovering bassist has an auto harp. That's very fun. I wish I knew how to play auto harp. That tune that I just played is The Rights of Man. It's a great classic tune that I haven't played in a really long time. I had to look it up before starting because that at the end of the half hour today, so at 12, a little before 12:30, we're all going to jam on that one. It's on my website. Again, it's called The Rights of Man. It's a great tune in E minor. I think it's an English tune. It would be my best guess, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yes, so that was The Rights of Man, and get your mandolins out in tune, because in half an hour here, we're gonna all be playing that one together. Even if you don't know it, you'll pick up something. Let's see, catch up with the chat again. DC, Sandy from DC, good to have you here. Oebade. I don't know if that is even more accurate or not, but that's the best I can do at this point. Pelican, good to have you here. Brian Bowers, yeah, check out if you haven't recovering bassist. Okay, looks like you're getting that covered in the chat. Brian Bowers is awesome. UK, Tucson, awesome. tune called The Bay of Fundy. Don't think it's on my website, but it's a classic tune. 3-parter. I love it. Alright, catching up with the chat again. Let's see here. What do we got? Delphin, good to have you here. Sheldon asks, how long have you had your Ellis? I have had this mandolin since 2009, so a little over 10 years now. Picked it up the summer of 2009. It was built in 2009, so it's 10 years old and has been with me the whole time. Lewis says, just saw on Facebook that Sam Bush is coming to town. Definitely go see him. I would take any chance I can to see Sam. He's one of the best. Covering Basis says, I've asked this before. I have the hardest time getting my third finger on my left hand to be as fast as the first two when picking a melody on the mandolin. So I use my middle finger more to cover for it. Something that could be a fun exercise is see if you can just use your first and third. This isn't like quote unquote good technique, but see if you can use your first and third finger only. Especially if you're just warming up to find some here. I'll zoom in a little bit and maybe give you some exercises here. So yeah, like see if you can find some really either third finger heavy tunes or exercises. Wrong key. So a tune like Angelina the Baker is a great example because it's pretty much a 2-finger tune. You could add your middle finger in there in the B part, but other than that, it's pretty much 2 fingers all the way through. So, take that tune, take Angelina the Baker. If you don't know it already, learn it. It's pretty straight ahead. I'm guessing that you do already know it. But, take that tune, play it nice and slow, and really put as much of your sort of brain capacity as you can into kind of what the mechanics of your third finger, your ring finger there are doing, is doing. You can also do fun little exercises where you just like play 1-finger mandolin. Again, kind of breaks technique, but see how nimble you can get with just your third finger. See if you can play a tune with just your third finger, and that'll really just kind of concentrate in on what's going on with your third finger. See if you can gain anything out of that. All right, let's see here. Denise says, went to Elderly again. All right, got you hooked. Went to Elderly, played a couple Ellis's, Pava, Collings, had to wipe the drool off of them. Yeah, they're nice. There's a lot of cool. You're having your set up. Are you like you're getting a setup of the mandolin you've got now from Elderly? That'd be a good place to get a setup, and a setup makes a huge difference. Dustin from Kentucky, good to have you here. Mike and Daryl are gonna be at the Ark. Cool, end of February. Should tell Noah. I bet he already knows, but that's great. Yeah, Elderly I was there as Lewis and Denise, I was there in, what was it, October, November, somewhere in there. Had a great time. Super nice folks, and a great place to spend a day. Recovering Bassist says, watch some videos of Rhonda Vincent checking out very expensive mandolins at Gruen. Yeah, that's another. I would love to go to Gruen and Carter's and Griffin out in the West Coast. Too many nice music stores and not enough time. Sheldon says, I have a Lincoln that was given to me in 2009. Did some research on it and found it was made in 1970. Cool. I've never heard of a Lincoln, but that's cool. I'd love to hear it. Cool. Jane was also at Elderly the other week. It's a good place to be. Where my ring finger really messes me up is on a tune like Liberty. Is that... Is that Liberty? I can never quite remember. I'm going to cheat and look at my own website here. And then I'll play through it and see what you're talking about. Liberty. Oh, no, that's not... That's St. Ansel. But Liberty goes... Same first couple notes. Is it somewhere like there? I'm curious if you have a specific spot in Liberty. Let me know and I'll see if I can kind of narrow it down. But I think, you know, the first step is knowing where, like, kind of what tune and what circumstances your fingers are getting all twisted up. Let's see. Bert says, what kind of pick and size do you prefer? I just ordered some 1.5 EMLs. We'll know if I like them Tuesday. Hopefully so. They sure make a difference. Yeah, I like also 1.5 millimeter. I use Dunlop Prime Tones. I can zoom in a little on it if I don't drop it all the way under my desk here. Looks like, get my hand behind it here. Not sponsored or anything, but they're large triangle, 1.5 millimeter Dunlop Prime Tone. There are some links in the description with some affiliate links. But again, not sponsored by D'Addario or anything. I mean, Dunlop, clearly not sponsored if I can't get the brand name right. Yeah, and you know, these are very... I used blue chips for a long time, which are very expensive, and then found these, and I can't honestly tell the difference between them. It may be more of a factor of my own ears and my own playing style than, you know, blue chip makes a great product, but I couldn't tell the difference, so I went for the $2 version that's indistinguishable to me. And yeah, so that's what I go for, at least on this mandolin. On older, I've got the wrong side here. That's an old Gibson oval hole. I use a thinner pick. I use a one. I've recently gone to these nice gray right on my gray sweatshirt here. These, I'll maybe zoom back in. So on that mandolin, I use a regular guitar shaped pick. This is a 1.14 of it's a nylon. It's a Dunlop nylon pick, which I equate to about a 1 millimeter, like a Fender Heavy, of more of like a cellulose pick. Cellulose. I don't know what the difference is. So 1.14 has about the stiffness of a 1 millimeter plastic pick. And then on tenor guitar and bouzouki, I'll often use, again, indistinguishable on camera, another same thing, nylon pick. And this is a 0.88, which I equate to about a 0.6 with like a Tortex or a plastic pick. And the reason I'm doing that, I used Fender Heavies and and like Tortex picks for a long time, but my playing style is such that I can just really I can render a pick useless just by wearing it down over the course of an evening. That it was really, I was just burning through picks so quickly, and they're not expensive picks, so I didn't really care in that respect. But it would just I'd get halfway through playing an evening of contra dances, and need to change picks, or would only have one pick on me and end up using this really worn out pick. And these nylon picks are much more durable, and I don't wear through them in the same way just because of the material. But in general, on kind of bluegrass style mandolins, I like the big triangle 1.15. Let me see what I can find here in the chat. Hey James, good to have you here. Pig in a Pen, that would be a copyrighted tune, unfortunately. Any nice slow tunes? Definitely, I'll play you a slow tune. Chris Thiele's coming to Grand Rapids in February. Awesome. So much good music out there. Uncle Bobby, thank you so much for the super chat donation. Really appreciate it. Helps me do these live streams. Once again, as a quick little heads up for those of you that are just getting here, this is only a half-hour stream today. Just a quick little burst of Mando madness because I gotta keep my day moving here. Not enough hours in the day this week, but I just wanted to hop on real quick, say hello to y'all. Get your mandolins tuned up because we're gonna do the Rights of Man as the play-along jam at the end of this one. Just like 5 minutes here. But I'll play a slow tune here for James. So just getting through the chat here, talking about picks. How's the tremolo with the Dunlop? With the prime tone? I like it. I can't tell the difference between that and a blue chip. Brian May uses a coin as a pick. Wow. That's got to be kind of rough on the strings. Yeah, I'll play a little bit of a slow tune. I'll play a little bit of a little sneak peek for those of you that watch the weekly lessons. This tune is going to come up in a couple weeks for a lesson that I just made this morning. There we go, a little bit of Tom Bigby Waltz. I used that tune. I've already done a lesson for it over on the website, but I also I'm kind of messing with it a little in a future upcoming lesson, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's a lot of fun. All right, I would say folks should get their mandolins out. Hey, Tidies, good to have you here. I was just mentioning that I can only do half an hour today, so we're already coming up to the jam. This week's jam lesson is on the Rights of Man. Great tune that we didn't get to last week. Can only do a half hour this week, but wanted to stop in and say hello and do this jam. Got a little more pick chat here. V picks, yeah, I think I've used those Cool. Prime tones didn't have the high end bite. Yeah, I understand that. Like they're definitely not the most trebly pick out there. All right, so let's get our mandolins out, tune up for a little bit of the rights of man. The way this works is we kind of pass the melody back and forth. If you've seen any of my kind of jam along videos, play along jam videos, whatever I call them. You know, I'll start out, I'll play the melody, you can play the chords, and we'll swap, so you play the melody while I play the chords. If you don't know the tune, this is a great way. You can look it up on my website and try to follow along. Again, it's called The Rights of Man, Rights. And if you don't know the tune, you can try to pick up what you can on the fly and grab some chords. If you do know the tune, it's a great way to kind of continue to get it under your fingers. Work on, you know, building up your rhythmic feel on this tune. Get a bunch of repetitions under your fingers. If you know this tune and you've been playing it forever and are ready to kind of add something to it, this is a great way to work on adding some double stops or take a solo or melodic variation, all that sort of stuff. So let's jump into it here. It's in the key of E minor. That's Liberty. Just want to make sure I've got this tune right. I don't often play this tune. I don't know why. I used to play it when I was years ago, but hasn't been in my repertoire for a little while. Alright, so Rights of Man. Again, it's on my website, MandoLessons.com, if you want to follow along there. Or it's just a good exercise for your ear to try to pick up what you can as we go. I'll zoom into the other. Get a nice good focus here. Alright. So I'll start out, I'll play the melody, you play the chords, and then we'll swap back and forth. Not too fast. It's not a super fast tune to begin with. 2, 1, 2, 3. A again. B. B again. Take it and I'll play chord. A again. B. B again. You play the chord. Take it. Again. B part. B again. All right, there we have it. The Rights of Man. Thanks for, I don't remember who suggested that last time. It's a great tune, and I'm glad I got to revisit it. Denise had a great suggestion for this upcoming, the next, whatever you call it there, next play along at the end of the next MandoLessons Live. I can't remember what it was already. Oh yeah, Soldier's Joy. Let's do Soldier's Joy. Great tune that got referenced earlier in the live stream, and I think it's a great fit. Yes, Hadley. Sorry that I'm just seeing your videos now. Yes, we're in standard tuning GDAE. I apologize. Usually these run a full hour, but I appreciate you stopping in. Today it's just a half hour, so I'm gonna head out. But thank you for jumping in, and I hope you can join us on another Saturday. Cool. Robert says, look for a letter in snail mail from me. I appreciate that. Thank you. I will keep an eye out. When playing an octave along with a mandolin, do you recommend playing the chords or the melody? Try a little of both. You know, it's well suited for both melodic and chordal playing, so try them both out. I like the sound of both melody and chords on octave mandolins. As Bert says, both. Oh, cool. Robert says it's got a tune in tablature you may find interesting. Cool. I look forward to checking it all out. That's fine. So Hadley says, all I can do is improv the melody. That was totally, right before I started playing that, I said, if you don't know the melody, just improv it. See what you can do. See what you can pick up. The lesson is over on my website and here on YouTube if you're subscribed. The lesson is called The Rights of Man. See if you can pick up a little bit of it. And then you can come back and watch this live stream later and then have a better sense of the melody next time, because you can watch these after the fact anytime. All right, thank you all so much. Sorry for the short one this time, but I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. Happy picking. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.